All right, so I'm heading back out there, checking my traps. Got the B store of a rifle here, my Savage Model 10T, and I've got my winter attire on. As I was saying in my last video, I'm just gonna see. I got a 6.5 to 20 power Burska scope on here. It seems pretty good. This is a good test for it. I usually shoot this. This is the first time I've ever brought this rifle back here. Heavy as sin. So this is my first carry of it. But I gotta tell you though, this is as heavy and unbalanced as this rifle is. I'm not criticizing. It's a target rifle. This is a perfect target rifle. Great long range rifle. But it's definitely heavy as a hunting rifle, unless you're staying stationary and going to shoot off the bipod or something like that, or off a sandbag or whatever. But for carrying it around as a bush gun, too heavy. But I knew this when I bought it. Now, one thing is, I've got my gloves on, got my coat on, forgot my backpack. I knew I forgot something. So that tells me I'm going to catch something today. Why? Because I forgot my tongs. I got a little too excited, I guess. I knew I felt a little bit lighter and taller. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I just realized I forgot my. That was kind of stupid. But anyway, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go check my traps. I will now probably have caught the biggest otter of my life. I have to walk all the way back with this heavy beast, go get the tongs, come back. But anyway, what I was talking about is testing your equipment. One of the things is, just this alone is a test. Why? I've only walked, well, I guess you would say from my place to here, but we'll say that'd be 200 yards, 400 yards, about 600 yards, which is roughly about 1,800 feet, which is roughly not quite half a mile, right? With this, okay? And I'm on a semi rough road, but it's a road nonetheless. I'm not crawling through the bush. As soon as I crawl through the bush with this thing, I will understand right away how practical or impractical it is. And I can already tell you this is an impractical hunting rifle. So why do I have it? Well, it's what I have. You know what I mean? It's the only thing I got that I could zip out there. I got my 303 British, which is super. That's a good bush gun, because that sucker's the 22-inch barrel sporterized, practically a semi bull barrel on it, but no scope. However, that thing only weighs 6.5 pounds. So I mean, you can carry that all day. You don't need a strap on it or anything like that. But right now, I can't carry this practically. I should be carrying it like this, in the ready position. But this is how you test your equipment. And of course, in the low light settings, okay, here's probably the darkest spot I'm going to be in. I'm just going to take an aim at something down there. And this scope, 50mm scope at 6.5 power, it's actually brighter looking through the scope than it is with my bare eyeballs. I'm very impressed for, you know, probably less than a $300 scope, which the prices on this model bounced around. In the States, they practically give them away. But here's a good test here. Very low light. Got maybe, say, 50 yards, 40 yards out there. Yeah, so the real test of the scope will be at dusk and dawn, obviously. So it lets in a fair amount of light. It's not too bad. I don't know what its light transmission is. I don't think it's in the 90s, but it could be. But that said, like I say, I got a lot of weight here. So the first thing I can tell you about this rifle is it's not quick to shoulder. So even from a semi-ready position, if I say, okay, I gotta shoot something over there. Okay, I mean, that's pretty slow to respond. Okay, now it sounds like I'm trashing my equipment. Like that, you know, it's like, okay, if you hate it so much, why do you have it? No, this thing, whatever, this thing is a laser beam, so I can deal with all that. But what I need to know in a hunting position, If I come down like this off the knee, pretty stable. Recoil's not going to be a problem with this rifle. This rifle is like super adequate for recoil. But so my scope is a good scope. It's a little overpowered for this kind of hunting. A 3x9 is even overpowered in this. A fixed 4 or fixed 6 power is perfect for this kind of bush hunting. Real good low light transmission. Now mind you, it's 10:30 in the morning, quarter to 11, whatever it is right now. But the overcast makes it feels like it's, you know, October deer hunting, you know what I mean? Like it feels like you're like just about 5 o'clock at night or 4:30 at night. So good low light, that tells me a lot for many shooting situations. Good scope clarity. It seems like I got the parallax set at 100, but yet my eye relief and this used to be a nice open field here, and I'm going to take a walk in here. I don't have any traps set down here, but this might be one of my hunting fields. We used to have a tree stand there, but this all grew up. You know, like it's not an open field anymore. Like this used to be a nice open field here, and whatever. But yeah, I don't even have any more shooting lanes here. Big bucks used to cross. There used to be a real big buck scrape there. He hasn't come back. I think somebody got him over the years. But he was coming back every year, and he was like a 12, 13 pointer. He was big. I don't know who would have gotten him, but maybe the next property over there. But yeah, this used to be all wide open, and it was really good. So I've got a heavy rifle that a lot of you doomsday people would really love to have. And this is the type of rifle, if you're going to buy a bolt gun, the formula, you're going to buy the bull barrel 24 or 20 inch. Go with the 20 inch if you want to carry it. If you are going to go long range, the 24 inch is fine. But obviously with a 24 inch barrel, it feels like there's a 5-pound kid hanging off the end of it every time you go to shoulder it. It's very, very heavy. So you're going to have to be in shape to be able to carry these things around. So that said, is it a good rifle for hunting? Well, when it comes down to the pulling the trigger part, it's exactly what you want. But the other 99.9% of the time when you're carrying it, you're going to be cursing that bull barrel because it's very big and heavy, because you can't carry it for long periods of time like this. This is not as heavy as my Norenko M14 was. It's about 2 pounds lighter in this configuration. Now, if I drop the bipod off of it, I'll drop another 1.5 pounds or so off the rifle. Make a big difference. But if you have a bipod and you don't carry it, you'll never get used to shouldering a rifle with it on. So it's one of those things that if a hunting situation is going to happen, it's going to happen within 1.5 to 3 seconds. You guys have been watching my wild chicken hunts. I heard a nice story from one of my subscribers about how I'm not the only one cursed by wild chickens, and there's probably gonna be one right around here to take off in a few minutes or in a few seconds. How he got out of his vehicle, he saw 4 of them, and by the time he got out and strung his bow up, they were gone. Now you know my anguish of the wild chicken. The funnest animal you'll ever hunt. They mock you. I even heard one of my longtime subscribers make a couple. I don't want to say he was taking pot shots at me, but it sounded like he was. You know, it just, if I were to have taken it the wrong way, it sounded like he was using wild chickens to mock me. Such as, why did the wild chicken cross the road? To laugh at Reg. I thought that was really funny, but and the problem was he was right. Yeah, but anyway, there. Okay. I'm 150 to 160 yards at the target. Yeah, I got him. This is about the most difficult way I could shoot. If this rifle was any heavier, there'd be no way I'd be able to really get a successful shot at that. But obviously you have to use the lower magnification. But also my heart rate is up. So this is really testing me in a lot of ways. Again, you don't... Is that big dog again? I don't know where this dog is. I don't know if he's over there or over there. The way the sound carries in here, I'm in a gully, right? Like there's a big gully, basically kind of like a ridge going that way and a ridge sort of going that way, and it opens up into the next property. But anyway, as I was saying, okay, so my heart rate's up. So that means anything I draw this rifle on is going to be, you know, I'm going to have to learn how to steady myself a little bit better. And again, I'm not out of shape. You know what I mean? I work out 2 to 3 times a week now, at least 1 time a week, and you know, like I'm in good shape for a 46-year-old. You know what I mean? This will put you even in better shape. But most of you guys are buying rifles like this, these tactical rifles, thinking that this is what you're going to use it for. Now, when you start carrying these around, you're really going to respect your law enforcement military's abilities to be able to run around with these things all day. Like it's just like, if you had to carry this in full gear, okay, I'm just in hunting gear, but if you had to carry this in full gear, you would understand just how fatiguing it would be. So the way I look at it is that when you're picking your rifle, most people for a doomsday, the best rifle they're ever going to buy is their regular deer hunting rifle. They don't need the bull barrel, you know, if you're going on that. Now, I've got a little funny story. I get the town I think has come to the consensus that I'm the town's prepper.